Hi Dad, it's Joe here. I know you're no longer with us in body, but you are now in heaven with the Lord. You always had a deep Christian faith, and that faith has helped shape the great person that you became to us. You are still very much in my thoughts and on my heart, and I've become quite reflective since you left us, and my appreciation of who you were and what you did in life has grown within me. So much so that I have felt compelled to memorialise your life with a website which I've called shadowsflee.co.uk. I've put together a number of video clips, photographs and various tributes and stories that help to paint a picture of who you were while you were on this earth. 10 years of your life was spent at sea, serving on British and Dutch merchant ships. 5 of those years were during the Second World War. And us 5 children, we grew up listening to your epic war stories of being sunk on 3 separate occasions by enemy U-boats and dive bombers. You would do all the sound effects of the torpedoes rushing through the water, the machine gun fire, and the ship's hooter, and even the foreign accents of the crew members. You brought that whole exciting episode alive to us as only you could. My respect has deepened for people like you that have defended the precious freedom and peace that we now have in our country. So this website, in a small way, has become my personal tribute from a very proud son to a good and godly father. You never really were into modern technology, but you'd be fascinated to know that I've put a special QR code on your headstone. And this allows someone with a smartphone to go up to that code and scan it, and then to be automatically taken to your memorial website, where they can learn a lot more about you. Rachel, your favourite granddaughter, well, you called all your granddaughters your favourites. You really were quite the charmer, Dad. Well, Rachel and Gareth announced their engagement on Christmas Day, and we're all super excited for them, and we are now making plans for their big day. Well, Rachel has been on to me for ages about having one of your paintings. She wanted a special memento to remember you by. We recently cleared out your house and your studio, and we found a number of unsold paintings and drawings. So we decided last weekend to have a family lottery to determine who gets what. I was hoping to get the Moroccan street barber, but Sister Ruth has ended up with that one instead. But I did manage to get the watercolour of the African boys on the small boat selling fruit and fish. And I know that this is one of your earlier works that you did while on board ship. I'm actually very pleased to have got this particular painting, because as you know, Rachel spent 6 months as a volunteer teacher in Lesotho, South Africa, and absolutely adores the African children. So I've decided to give this beautiful painting of yours to her as a wedding present from you. And I'm sure it's going to become a treasured family heirloom which she will remember you by for the rest of her life. So there you have it, a nice bit of news for you. Well, I'll catch up with you again soon. I do love you, Dad. Joe.